All right, we're very excited at 94.3 Radio 1. I don't know how many of you remember the pre pandemic era, where once a month we would assemble our tribe of rock and pop lovers, and call it a Forever Rock Tribute Night. We'd normally meet at the Hard Rock Cafe in Worli, which doesn't exist anymore, and basically party the night away with some great music, tribute songs from great bands. And lo and behold, we're back for the attack, and we really have this gentleman here to thank for that. Zarir Warden, also known as Warden, the man behind One Empire, the band, has put together a tremendous tribute show to Harry Styles and Taylor Swift. It's called When Harry Met Taylor. And the moment we heard about it, we had to reach out and said, "Can we be partners? Can this be a Forever Rock tribute night?" And luckily for us, he agreed. Tickets are on Book My Show as we speak. Saturday, 19th October, 7 p.m. onwards, the Courtyard, Phoenix Palladium. How are you, Zarir?
I'm good. I'm good, Rishi. I'm good. Always happy to talk to you.
So I know there's a vast repertoire that the band plays, but
Yeah.
how do you nail that you're going to do a particular artist? Is it the number of songs that you worked out as a band for that artist? Or is it just sheer passion saying, fine, we've been playing the odd number here or there. Maybe we can get into rehearsal and see how many more we can bang out.
Absolutely. So it's the latter for sure. We've never done a tribute show to one or two artists before. We're the band that basically covers a variety of artists, be it old school or newer ones, and generally their top two or three biggest hits. But this is something we wanted to do. We've actually been talking about doing something like this for a long time, and there are two parts to it. One is I was lucky enough a few months ago, I actually went to watch Taylor Swift in concert in Singapore.
Wow.
I'm a huge Swiftie, by the way, massive Swiftie. And I went to watch it because I felt like I needed to experience this whole production once. Saw the response, saw the vibe, saw the love. And as soon as I came back, actually, I spoke to the team and I was like, guys, you know what? We should explore it because there's such a huge audience and there's such a craze for this artist right now that it's definitely worth talking about. And the second part to this is for the longest time, um, people like our older crowd that comes for our shows to say antisocial or Woodside, wherever we do public shows, a lot of them now have younger kids. And very often they come up to us saying, listen, when are you going to do a show that our kids can come to? Because kids are below 21 are not allowed to any of these venues. So that was another part. We said, listen, this is the artist that kids can relate to. Venues will like this. I mean, it's a win-win for everyone involved. So we just kind of put our heads down and started off very with the absolute basics, saying, okay, if we had to do this, where would we start? What are the songs we'd cover? And then we said, you know what, to mix it up a little bit, why not put some kind of basic storyline to it as well? Which is how we said, let's also cover Harry Styles because fans overlap for both artists. And I don't know if you know or not, but Harry Styles and Taylor Swift were actually in a relationship at one point.
They were, yes,
So
correct.
exactly. So we thought we'd just kind of read into the songs a little bit, and the entire set list has kind of been made and put together. The flow of it has been put together with a basic storyline in mind as well. So that's how we came up with it.
Remarkable. And you know, it has to be said for both these artists that Taylor, I mean, come on, that show that you went to in Singapore almost sparked a mini war between two countries.
Absolutely. More than two countries, I want to say. Yeah. Almost every Southeast Asian country wanted to go to
Exactly.
war. Yeah.
You've got to hand it to her that not only has the songwriting and the singing matured, but she's a tremendous businesswoman. I mean, she understands the
Outstanding.
business of music and marketing so well, which is, so outstanding.
Outstanding, absolutely. And the one thing I told everyone after I came back from that show actually was exactly this, that you can tell that she is 100% an absolute control freak in a good way. I mean it in a good way. And you could tell that every part of that show, whatever it was, be it choreography, be it the props she had on stage, whatever it was was decided and conceptualized by her. You know, you could tell it was so obvious that she plays a part in every single thing that happens in the show, which I think is absolutely amazing, honestly, because there's a lot that happens in that show. So it was tremendous. It was one of the best concerts I've been for.
For those of you who've just tuned in, it's Saturday, 19th of October. It's this Saturday, this very Saturday,
Yeah,
7 p.m. onwards at the Courtyard, Phoenix Palladium. A wonderful space, a foyer that really needed to be used. And what better way
yeah,
to utilize it than have One Empire playing? I want to emphasize everybody who's listening that this is a family show. Like Zarir just said, so many inquiries from parents saying, when are you doing a show for the kids? So parents, kids alike, make it a family day out.
yeah.
And there are a lot of peripherals apart from the music. We want to talk about that so that
Sure.
there's enough to keep the kids as well as the parents occupied.
Absolutely, absolutely. So for the parents, of course, there's going to be, there's F&B, there's going to be a bar for the people aged over 21 as well, so they can enjoy it as well. And one of our partners that we have on board for the show in Mumbai is Nika. And Nika have agreed to come on board, and we have this really interesting concept in mind, which they jumped at, we jumped at, where basically the younger generation that goes for Taylor Swift concerts like to dress like Taylor Swift, do their makeup like Taylor Swift, do their nails like Taylor Swift. So we told Nika, why don't you do like an on-ground activation at the venue? Have a couple of your makeup artists there to give the younger girls a little makeover to get them in the mood, get the vibe going, and they thought that was a great idea. So Nika is on board to do that. They are calling it the Nika Beauty Bar, and which I think is very apt. And I think that's just gonna add to the overall experience of the evening.
Lovely. And I take it that Harry's vocals will be done by you, and excellently
Absolutely.
so. Who's your female vocalist, and who's going to be giving Taylor a bash?
So we have a female vocalist named Samantha. She's a part of the band as well. So Samantha is going to be singing most of Taylor's songs, and we have a second female vocalist on board as well. Her name is Karen. Karen is joining us specifically for this series that we're doing of When Harry Met Taylor. Also another superb vocalist, which who we're very excited to work with. And of course, the rest of the band is as is. That is the One Empire band. And yeah, we've been working, I can say a good 4.5 months on this project now to cover 20 something songs of both artists. So it's been a lot. So we're just hoping to execute it right and hoping that people come out and show us some love.
Well, it is an odd question, but it needs to be asked. I mean, we
Hmm.
know that the party favorites will be there, the style will be there, the
Absolutely.
as it was will be there. But some of the balladry, Sign of the Times,
Yeah.
for example, Harry
Yeah.
Styles, August, which is
Yeah.
extraordinary ballad, which Post
Yeah.
Malone and Taylor have done.
Yeah.
Will we see you toss in some ballads in between all the peppy party stuff?
So there will be a couple, not the ones that you mentioned, but for example, Harry Styles has what I think is one of the most beautiful ballads written in recent times called Falling.
Of course, yes.
Like an absolutely stunning song. So that is going to happen, and that is going to be a complete drop in the show, which we're all really excited about because it's sounding really nice. And with Taylor as well, she has a beautiful ballad called Lover, which is also a very one of her top songs. So that's one of the ballads of hers that we're going to be doing as well.
Lovely. How's all the independent work coming along? Warden, the artist, you had launched with much fanfare.
Correct.
Is there going to be more stuff coming out?
I hope so. I hope so. That project started during COVID
Yeah.
when, of course, we all had a lot more time on our hands. To be honest, right now with the band, apart from the Taylor show, we perform at a lot of weddings, at a lot of social events,
Yeah.
parties, whatever, baby showers as well now. So that takes up a lot of our time. But of course, the writing always continues. And whenever I feel right, whenever I feel like I have something interesting, I start work on it. So in its own time, but definitely not something that'll stop.
Let's come to Harry Styles. I mean, you always
Yeah,
know in a boy band that one or two have the requisite maturity to make it as a solo artist.
correct.
Even in duos like the good old days, like Wham, we knew George
Absolutely.
Michael was the
George
one who
Michael.
was
Yeah,
more intense. And
yeah,
eventually, when In Sync broke up, you knew that JT, Justin Timberlake, was the one to
absolutely.
watch out for. And
Absolutely.
there are innumerable number of examples.
Robbie Williams as well
Robbie Williams
from Take That.
would
Yeah,
take that.
yeah,
And with One Direction, you just knew that Harry had the requisite charm as well as the songwriting ability to take over and make a successful career for himself. And indeed, what I like about him again is the fash. You know,
yeah,
sometimes he'll do a bit of cross dressing.
yeah, yeah,
He'll wear these flared pants,
yeah,
uh, but the vocals are spot on
yep,
always.
yep.
Talk to me about Harry.
He's so I think two members in One Direction who I always thought if they had to break out would break out. One was Zayn and one was Harry.
Yeah.
And I think Harry has been able to execute it better. Let's just put it like that. I think that Harry has been able to execute it better. Maybe he just wanted it more. I think a lot of his songs are very interesting when it comes to melodies and the songwriting. I don't think it's anything extraordinary in terms of doing something different or being different. I think he's catering to that crowd that likes good, easy pop music. Some of it is bubblegum, almost bubblegum pop music, but a lot of it is slightly more mature pop music. So for example, one of the songs we're really excited about performing at the show is his song Late Night Talking, right? Great song, great
Superb.
melody, great songwriting, and great vibe overall, so I definitely think he's managed to crack the code. The question is, of course, I mean, with any artist, how long do you keep that going? How long can you keep that going? Um, but yeah, with regards to he's the whole package, right? I suppose he can pull off that fashion that most people can't pull off. And he's confident in it, which is important. And he's got the music to back it up. He's got the band to back it up. I think his band is top class. I really do. His entire band is top class. And people love him. I mean, it comes down to that eventually. Do people like you or not? And people love him. And I definitely obviously think that he's also kind of riding on that One Direction name as well, which understandably so. And even at this show that we're doing, we're going to be doing one or two One Direction songs as well.
Nice.
So the popular ones and the ones that everyone likes. So yeah, so I think he's doing well, and now it's awaiting them to see how long it continues, basically.
Excellent. Tickets are live now at Book My Show. Go get them. Radio One's Forever Rock Nights at Phoenix Palladium, Saturday, the 19th of October, 7 p.m. onwards at the Courtyard. A tribute to Harry Styles and Taylor Swift by the band One Empire when Harry met Taylor. And you just heard from One Empire's main man, the one and only Zarir Warden. Zarir, see you at the show. Wonderful
Thank
chatting.
you, Rishi. See
Yeah.
you very, very
See you
soon.
soon.
Take care.
Take care.
Okay. Bye. Bye.
94.3 Radio 1.